Good morning and happy Thursday to everybody. How is your week going? Come on, I'm stuck in Vegas right now. I know it sounds terrible. My voice sounds a little off too when you're talking so much and networking. Give me a thumbs up. How's your day? How's your week been going so far? Talk to me. What's been going on with everybody? Throw something in the chat for me or a thumbs up that you can actually hear me so it doesn't so I'm not just talking to myself this morning. Good to see you. What's up, John? Yes, it is 6 o'clock in the morning, which means I've been getting up at 4 o'clock every day to make sure I call my kids and my wife before they go into school. So I've been up and hanging out with you there. Oh, we miss you also. Carla, thank you so much for catching that Facebook post that I did, which was fantastic. It was not that fantastic, to tell you the truth. So I'm just waiting. Mike's going to be jumping on here in just a second. We are having a couple hiccups with our fantastic internet that we have at the hotel. Let's see, agent that won't respond to phone calls or text. That's fantastic. We love it when they start ghosting us, don't we? So, kind of before we get started, hopefully you saw the email that I sent out and what we're going to be actually discussing today. I wanted just to kind of talk a little bit about kind of what's been happening here at 121. So raise the hands for anybody that's on the call right now. Has anybody actually gone to an event like this? Has anybody gone to any of the events that we run for Century 21? What's up, Mike? I'm making you a co-host here. Not yet. So I will tell you, this is probably one of the best ones that I've seen so far. I don't know if Mike's going to say that yes or no right now, but I will tell you that I think this has been one of the better events that I've seen them actually put on, which is absolutely amazing. The energy that is here, the amount of award winners slash just agents that want to put themselves around people that are better than them or and just learn is absolutely amazing. And I'll tell you, one of the things that I see, if you look at what they're talking about, and hopefully you can hear me, you're good, Mike. They're talking a lot about AI, right, Mike? Like I want to say 50% of the classes that they're putting on is around AI and
Yeah.
how to use it, no matter where it is, if it's in commercial, I mean, it's just all over the place in here. And Mike and I had the opportunity to kind of kick off, if you want to say, almost the entire event with one of the first, they called it a pre-con. And we had about, I think it's like 500-600 people in this room
Yep.
and wanted to learn about AI. And it's just been a really, really great experience. How about you, Mike? How you been feeling so far? I think we've been having a good time. I think not just a good time, fun. We've been working. Trust me, we've been working.
Yeah, no, we've definitely been working. No, I agree. It's been a good energy. People are excited to be here. You can see that. People are here from all over the world, so that's always cool to see. But yeah, I mean, I think the general theme has certainly been around AI and technology. Obviously, they talked about Compass's tech yesterday. And so I think, the AI thing has been really interesting because all agents are in the same boat where everyone's trying to figure it out. Like they're scared, they're excited, they don't know how to use it. Some do know how to use it, some are overusing it. And it's just been interesting since we did the pre-con on AI and we had about, 500 or 600 people in that room. As I've been walking around, people have been stopping me to talk about kind of their journey in AI, and it's always the same. It's like, well, how do I go build my own, assistants? How do I go build this? How do I go build this tool? How do I go? I'm like, well, you could go build that, or you literally could go to a platform like we have where it's already
Right.
done for you. And so it's just been interesting to see though that
Yeah.
everyone is kind of in the same spot.
Yeah, I thought it was like it's cool because as we're kind of in these sessions, and this is really to like not toot our own horn, but hopefully you realize what you have in front of you because as we're going through these classes and sessions, and we're hearing these other speakers talk about, hey, this is what you can do, this is how you can prompt, this is how you can do this, and I'm like, we have that already, and they don't have to learn how to do anything. Like we have that already. Like, and then, well, there's been a couple times where like, hey, we need that. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but like, it's we have all of that built out for you. And before we get what, but one last thing, I want to hit on because I thought it was important because I've had agents come up and talk to me, just be like, wow. Um, in our session, I had everybody stand up in the room, and then I had, well, let me ask you this. I won't even do this yet. Let me ask you, everybody online, what percentage of consumers actually use chat or use like ChatGPT, Gemini, any type of AI source to do real estate research? What percentage do you think that is? Because I was blown away when I saw this. Okay. I see a 20, I see a 40, I see an 80, I see an 80. Okay. Anybody else? 65. Okay. 30. All right. So now the next question is, so we have that. Okay. It depends on demographics. Okay. So let me ask you this, out of everybody that's on this call right now, how many of you are comfortable with AI? What do you think that percentage looks like? So this is what I'll tell you, and we're probably higher just because of how we integrate tools with us. But basically, you're sitting. So I had the entire room stand up and say, and I had about a little over 20%, a little less than 20% sit down because the number is 82% of your consumers are using AI to do research on real estate. And then I had a question where I asked the agents and I had them raise their hands and I said, how many of you are comfortable with AI? And it was like only 40%. It was probably less than 40% of the room raised their hands. So your consumers, 80% of them are using AI, and more than half of you don't know how to use it, aren't comfortable. So even if you don't want to use it, you think you're scared of it, you think it's going to take over the world. If you want to meet your consumers where they're researching and doing everything, you need to understand AI and be able to do it. And that's why we've made these tools to make it as easy as possible. You just need to know what you want to do. So I just needed to start with that. I thought that was like insane. I really didn't think it was that high. And I can send out the articles and stuff like that for you too. But it's just really, it's crazy when you kind of think of it. We're at this kind of this phone book to Google kind of phase where the phone book was leaving and all of a sudden Google and internet was going crazy. That's where we're at with AI right now. So as an agent, I highly recommend to start integrating this into your business and getting comfortable with it because this is where it's going. Oh, I can't hear you.
You got to be able to talk about it because if
Hmm.
you don't mention it, they
Yeah,
are, right? And so you can prevent them, not necessarily prevent them, but you can help prevent them from you relying on ChatGPT or any of the other models because, one of the examples we gave here is that I don't know if you guys noticed, but the large language models, let's just take ChatGPT for example, unless it's prompted not to do it and prompted in a professional way, it is designed by its just initial innate design to appease you. So if how I phrase the question that I'm asking, so for example, this is a real situation, a real deal. Buyer goes in and asks if it's paying too much for a property. ChatGPT hears that and goes, "Oh, this guy thinks he's paying too much." Yeah, I'm going to tell him he's paying too much. So it comes back and says, "Yes, you're paying too much." Same exact property, same exact deal. Seller goes in and says, "I think I'm undercutting myself. What do you think? Here's the deal." ChatGPT says, "Oh, it thinks it wants to pay. It should pay more." Yeah, I'm going to tell it should pay more. Literally comes back and says, "Yep, you're undercutting. You should charge more." Same house, same questions, two different answers. Why? Because it's trying to appease the person asking it.
yep,
And so, can it be prompted not to do that? Yeah, it can. But how do you prevent them from even going there to ask that question to begin with? It's a you
right.
set the tone as the agent in the very beginning of that conversation. Make sure your client trusts that you understand AI, you know AI, you're using it in the right way and using the right tools, prompting, making sure it's prompted the right way, because you have a system available to you that is exclusively trained on real estate and you're going to get the most accurate information possible. Now that client's probably not going to feel the need to even go to ChatGPT and ask that question. So just be careful. That's it.
And so, Vicky, when you say so, do you know what the accuracy rate is? So AI pulls from everywhere. It's all how you prompt it and tell it what you want it to do. If you just say, "Hey, give me the comps for 1, 2, 3 any street," and you don't give it any context, you don't tell it to be unbiased, you don't tell it to do any of those things, it's going to be accurate because it's being accurate from what you're actually asking. But what we're talking about isn't so much understanding what that looks like, because let's just be real. AI is never going to price a property 100% properly. We're like that. We still need the agent to do these things. But if when you're going through and creating these things and having these conversations, if we're not prompting it correctly, which is why we've made the tools that we do so you don't have to worry about those kind of things, right? But the idea is that, hey, it's not right, or I don't think it's accurate. I'm going to say it's probably more accurate than anybody that's on this call right now because it has more data that it can pull than we can, that we know even what to look at. The idea is to understand it and let your sellers and buyers know you do understand it, do know how to work with, so you have that expertise level, so they don't have to go to Chat GPT and say, hey, was this a good deal? Or they don't have to go here and say, hey, give me the comps on this property. If they don't prompt it right, then it's going to be all over the place. And if you can't speak to that, that's where that kind of expertise is going to come into play, or make it look like you do or not. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I want to just walk through a couple things. There's been a few issues that have kind of been coming up with the tools on, it's not even really issues. It's just getting comfortable with the new system. And so I want to walk you through a couple different things. But the first thing I do want to really talk about right now is our virtual staging tool, and just virtual staging in general, specifically for Stellar MLS. So give me a raise of hands, or go ahead and throw it in the chat. How many have used our staging tool or another virtual staging tool for any of your properties right now? Okay, this is good. I mean, actually, this is one of our top tools, so there's probably should be a lot of people. I mean, obviously, if you don't have any listings, you're not using it, right? Okay, so what we have done, and just so you kind of know, when you in Stellar MLS, when you virtually stage a property and you check the box, in this case, our back office checks that box. You have to check the box that it's virtually staged photos in the data sheet. Um, it automatically puts a watermark on those photos in Stellar MLS for you. Okay. It says it's virtually staged. It also goes in the public comments and says, hey, some of these photos have been virtually staged. And then also it will have underneath the photo, it says it's virtually staged bedroom or virtually staged, whatever it is. Our tool, though, when you create your virtually staged photo, also puts a watermark on it that says virtually staged on it. Okay. Stellar MLS does not like having any other watermarks but what they have. It's their regulations. Okay. So you may get an email from Stellar, or it's not from Stellar, and saying, hey, you need to fix this, or you're going to get $100 fine. That's really what it's coming down to for each photo. Okay. So going forward, I'm going to walk you through what we've done for you. And for the agents that aren't in a Stellar MLS, I'm going to walk you through what you need to just click. It's one little thing you need to do to make sure you do put that in there. And before I do that, I just want to let you know, Sam, I didn't see if you're on there or not. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing. Sam is going through all of our properties that have virtually staged photos, and she's cropping them out a little bit so we can take out that virtually staged. So you should not have that issue. Okay, but it's important to understand that when you go through the system, just to understand kind of what we have set up for you. So there shouldn't be anything that you need to do. We're doing everything in the background, but I do recommend when you're doing your data sheets and you're submitting them to listings, check the box that says virtually staged. And then also when you send your photos to for photos so they can upload them for you, please just make sure, hey, there's virtually staged photos in here. Just give them a heads up. They're going to be looking for it. But just do a little bit more communication, because the last thing I want anything to happen for you guys is to get fined. And if you have 10 photos and you don't change them, that's $1,000 right there that you could get charged. But we're working through all of that right now, so just pay attention.
Now, this is again specifically for Stellar MLS. Most MLSs actually require that we put it on there. So if you are on this call, which we have a lot of agents that are not in Stellar, if you are not in Stellar, you do need to make sure that it still says it's virtually staged. So we have that option. Jimmy will show you now. But if you are in Stellar, then you do not need our watermark on. If you are not in Stellar, you likely do need our watermark on.
Correct.
So just keep that in mind.
Just to be safe. So, okay, so let me walk you through what you have to, well, honestly, anything going forward that you're creating, if you're in Stellar MLS, there's nothing you need to do actually. Okay, it is set up right now to not put it on that watermark on for you, so you can take that, send that into MLS, and you're not going to have any issues. Okay, so going forward, you're going to be okay. I would also preface that if you know you did virtually stage some photos, and it's not just our platform that does this. Okay, it's not just us. Almost every virtual staging platform that's out there is doing that. So even if you used a different provider to create those, you need to validate that those are in there. And it's your business. I would just go in and just double check your listings to make sure, and just know that Sam is working through that. And if for some reason they're not, just shoot an email over to Sam and she'll make sure that we get those adjusted for you. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into our virtually staging tool. I can do this a couple different ways. Okay, with the new platform here, all I have to do is type in stage down here and search, and it's going to pull the stage it tool here for me. Or I can always come over here with listings and buyers and go down and stage a property. Okay, now when you come in here to actually start staging, let me grab a property. Everything is all the same. Let's see. You like that beaker, Mike? You like him?
Like looking in a mirror.
Every time. All right, so let's say I want to virtually stage this photo here. Really, it's everything is exactly the same, but when you toggle or scroll down here, you're going to see this option that says add virtually staged watermark. So again, if you're in Stellar MLS, you can see it's automatically turned off. There is nothing you need to do. But if I'm in Pensacola, or if I'm in the beaches, if I'm not in Stellar MLS, you need to make sure you click this button on. That's it. Okay, you're already filling out a little form here. All I have to do is click that. And then when I go to generate that staged image, it will put in that watermark for me. But again, for Stellar MLS, leave that off and you're going to be okay. All right, I hope that wasn't too hard. Any questions on that? Trying to make it as easy as possible for you. The hardest thing right now is just going back and just making sure that you are set up correctly on that. All right, I think we're golden. All right, cool. So that's number one. I wanted to make sure I hit on that. I hit on the communication with the photo department that we have where you send your photos in. Also reaching out to Sam if we do have any hiccups that you actually see in there. So we're good to go on that standpoint. Next thing I want to kind of walk you through, just real quick, is a little bit around branding, because I have noticed posts happening, either not getting the logos put on or possibly having the wrong logos in place. So what I want to do real quick is just, again, quickly walk you through how to make sure that your branding logos are correct. And then I'm going to walk you through one quick tool where you can go in and just making sure you're clicking the button that says, yes, I would like to brand this post. Okay, and then choose the logo that you want. So what we're going to do, if we are in the new platform here, I'm just going to go down here to the bottom where it has my name, and I want to click on the tab that says branding. And then you just want to go down and ensure that you have a light logo and a dark logo in here that says Century 21 Beggins. Okay, just go in here and make sure. If for some reason you do not have your logo there, no worries. I can go back here, click on my name, and there is a tab down here that I can click on that says brokerage logos. And I can find all of our colors, all of our logos, everything that we have in here. I can find the logo that I want, download it, and then go back to the branding profile and just upload it in there. So I'm good to go. Just make sure you click save for me. Okay. So that's going to be step number one. And then when you are creating content, so when I'll create a social post just quickly here for you. So I'm going to create some content. I'm going to go to a social post here. And what we want to make sure that we do as we go through and choose whatever it is, it doesn't matter if it's this, if you're going in and you're using the list this tool, if you're using, honestly, any content that is available that you can brand, these are kind of the steps that you need to do. And the main thing that you need to is, as you go through this process, I'm just going quick because I just want to show you that this is very, very important here to ensure that we're clicking yes, add my branding, and then choosing the correct logo. Okay. And you can also upload a different logo if you need to directly here. We just want to make sure that this is selected. So that way, when I create that post, oh, I missed it. It will have your branding actually in it. And I'll let this run just to kind of show you what that looks like. I'm not going to add my contact. I don't usually add contact information, Mike, when I'm doing social, because I usually try to put it in,
Yeah, I
in
don't
the
either,
text
but
and stuff.
if you are gonna do like a prospecting specific post, you may want it in there. But yeah, usually I do not put contact information, but it's up to you as the agent. You certainly could.
All right, so why this is working, and I'll come back and show you where the logo will show up here in a second. I'm going to open up another page. This is also something I don't think we talk enough about. I can open up multiple pages at one time. So I can create content while I'm going to create a listing description, while I'm going into my planning and coaching. I can have multiple things kind of set up there. So I can kind of work through a couple different tabs while it's still continuing to work, which is really cool.
Yes, Chris, we do. Jimmy just showed it, but if you go down and click on your name, a menu will pop up and you will see a spot that says brokerage logos and
And
brand
then you can
colors.
find what you want.
And they're all in there. So depending on which company, with us, obviously we have two different companies. Then that's how that works. So.
Yep. I'm on hotel Wi-Fi, so it might take a second for you there.
Yeah.
All right. The other thing I wanted to show you real quick is obviously this is the new version of the platform, the new UI that is a lot easier to find stuff. Again, all you have to do is just type in what you're looking for, or we've kind of adjusted what some of the things look like on the left here. If I go down to my profile again, not only can I get into branding, email integration, all of those great things, you have your support, you have paying any fees, all that stuff is integrated into your profile here, so you can find everything that you are. Oh, my connection is unstable. Am I freezing?
You're not on here. But...
So as you can see, I did go back to the content that was done. I would probably redo this image because he looks like he's washing air. Yeah, and then obviously, yeah. And then with this too, I'm able to actually even scroll down and adjust it if I would need to move this logo left, right, up, down, or even change the color of it. I'm able to do that all in the system here. Okay, so that's just make sure when you go in, one, your branding profile's correct with the right logo, and then just please make sure you're clicking yes on that standpoint.
The other cool thing with Content Hub now, go back to the form, like create another piece of content. So the other option we have now, just to point out, go one more.
This is fine here, or do you want me to go to this way?
No, I just want to show them they can actually, yeah, pick a topic. I just want to show they can do it without an image. Yeah, no, go back. Maybe we didn't push it. You know what? Maybe we didn't push it.
I don't think we pushed it yet.
Oh yeah, that'll be
Here,
pushed
oh, yeah.
live today. So it's not live yet. Sorry. Well, we will have the option. One thing we're going to be doing for you guys is giving you the option instead of using, obviously you'll still be able to use an image. If you want to use an image and upload yourself into the image, that'll all still be there. We're also going to give you the option just to do a branded social graphic without, so it'll just be text based. So if you just want like a simple graphic about the post, you can do that. You can still brand it and all that, but it'll be just text based. So that'll be coming later today.
All right, and then Chris, here you go. So you said, can you prompt the image generation? Yes. So when you go and choose, so we have it set up where you have specific things that you can choose from. Real estate focus, lifestyle polls, funny, engaging questions, but you can also come down here and create your own content and then prompt it here. Okay, what is your topic? What do you want? What do you want it to look like? What do you want it to do? Okay. And then it'll be able to create an image based on and a social post based on that.
Yeah.
Let's see, and then I might as well. And then Terry, if you want to add your own photo into it, when you go through those prompts of choosing the topic, going through these processes, you're going to see this option here that says generate an image for me. And then there's a button down here that says include myself in the AI image. So you just choose it. go find your photos. I don't know. I don't think this is going to work with Beaker. It's probably trademarked.
One way
By
to
the
find
way,
out.
let's try it. Let's see if it does it. All right. And then just go through the process from there. Make sure you have your logos and you're good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and let this run just because it's kind of fun. And I'm going to switch over while this is happening. And then what I want to do again is just walk you through. If you decide you want to go back to the legacy version, which is the original version that we had, side note, it's going to take you to those tools the same way that they did before. Nothing has changed on the tools except we just adjusted how to search for them and find them and make it a little bit more. I think it brings it specifically to what you're looking for, makes it easier to find. But you do, if I go under my profile here, under your name, you're going to see a button that says switch to legacy view. And when I click that, you're going to notice here that we are back to the original setup that we have. Now, what I will tell you, I like to zoom in on my stuff. So I'm at 110% here. And what you will notice as I start zooming in, I start to lose some of these tabs, okay? It's pretty typical when we're looking at zooming in and out. So if you aren't seeing something, so for instance, right now, if I want to switch back to the other mode, I can't find it anywhere in here. So if I zoom back in or out, you're going to notice there's a button here that says try new layout. And then if I click that, it will bring me back to the new UI that we have a version of.
So Kim, it's always going to be an AI image of you because most people aren't loading in the perspective photo of themselves that's going to work perfectly with the image that's generated. So if you want to add yourself, it's AI. So of course it's going to be an AI version of you. It's not going to create an AI image with a real human photo in it just on top of it. It's going to look weird. So it's always going to create kind of an AI clone of you, if you will. The idea is not to not make people think it's AI because it's always they're gonna be able to tell it's AI to some degree. It's more just about making instead of just making a generic AI image, it's putting your likeness in the post.
Yep. And obviously, always when you're having issues, my recommendation is, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, I don't need that chat. Okay. You can always come down here and go to support under your name, and you can either chat with our AI bot that sometimes can walk you through what you need to do, or you can go directly and put and submit a support request to make that happen. Okay, so let's see if this thing pulled in Beaker. Ha! I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. I didn't think it was going to take it. Getting your home ready to sell can feel big.
Now, tell me that post wouldn't get some traction.
I'm going to use it. Let me download this so I had it. I'm totally posting this today.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's gonna
That,
that's gonna get you. Got to tag me in it though. Like we
oh,
got.
I'm totally doing this. This is absolutely amazing. This is, oh my God. I'm sorry. I didn't think it was going to work. I've been trying to do Batman forever and it's copywritten, so it doesn't, the
Yeah,
AI doesn't like
I
it.
think
So,
Batman's too big of an icon. I don't think Beaker is. So I think is able to do it.
wow. Okay, that's cool. All right. So one last thing I want to go over on the site. So we are always making tweaks. We take your feedback to try to get things working correctly if something's not, and then we will push things live. So one of the things that I will tell you, I would recommend to do probably before you submit a support ticket. And I know Mike has shown this before. Um, and this may be something we ask you to do is all I'm saying, because if we see that it's working everywhere else but your specific site, let's say you're trying to create social content and it keeps giving you an error, or you're trying to create a script and it's just not vibing correctly. Oh, I have to relaunch. This sucks.
Whatever.
What you want to do, no, I'm fine. What you want to do is right click anywhere on the page that you're working on. Okay. So if I right click, I'm going to have these options pull up here. And then what I want you to do is just click where it says inspect. And you're going to be like, why do I want to do this? This is so confusing, Jimmy. I don't know what any of this crap means. I don't care. You don't need this. Once we have done this and you can see that this inspection tool has come up, I want you to come up here to where you would typically refresh the screen and then right click it, scroll down to where it says empty cache and hard reload. If you do that, 9 out of 10 times when something, let's say we've made an update and it's not going to the right place, or we've done a quick little tweak, and let's say you're not seeing that option once Mike pushes it live to just create like just a graphic that says what you want instead of like a picture, go and do that, pulls you right back into the tool, and you should be able to have it work on that standpoint. Okay, so if you run into an issue, that's just like a little quick thing. It's like Moxi works. If things are loading up too slow and not doing what it needs to do, go clear your cache, reload, and it typically will walk through what that looks like. So any questions so far on what we have there with some of the updates on the virtual staging, how to get around on the new UI versus old? I will tell you, everybody that's on this site here absolutely loves the new UI. Like they love it's so much easier to get around. And even when we launched this for us, huge spike in people getting into the system and using it and using more tools from it. So it's really, really cool. And actually, Mike, before we get off of this, Mike, with this tool, I was talking to a broker who was asking me for a little bit more help, right? But she's like, this tool is absolutely amazing. We've heard this all over the place, right? And she had an agent that I think she said it was like last year going in up to about like, I guess probably 3/4 of the way through, he did like 4 deals. And then when she got the platform and he started using it, since then, he's done 15 deals.
It's awesome. Life changing.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
I'm curious. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of people on. If you're on the call and you've used the new UI, do you like it? Not like it? Are you still using the old one? Like, I'm just curious, kind of what the feedback from our agents is.
Well, throw it in the chat here for us.
Yeah,
While we're
great.
doing that, I want to switch gears over to Moxi Rise just real quick. Okay.
Yep, do it.
This is not a full blown like training on anything, but there are a couple quick updates that Moxi Rise has uploaded. So, and Craig and I spent almost a month straight talking about database management, like campaigns, making sure people are updated, all that kind of stuff. Well, now in Moxi Rise, we have the capability here as we go in. So I'm going to show you just two quick little things. And some of you are going to love this because some of you want to use this system for everything. And we haven't been able to do it because it has had some things that have been kind of, that they're still working on. So specifically what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about contacts. So I'm going to go down to my contacts on the left-hand side and I have a list of everything. And what I'm going to do is find a contact real quick. So you will now see in your contacts, one at the top, they have fixed the delete contact issue. So you can now delete contacts from Rise, which will remove them from Moxi Engage also. You will also notice that there is an option in here now to put in your client's birthday and their house anniversary. Because guess what? There are campaigns that will go out specifically on those dates if you set it up and if you have those that are actually in there. Okay. You cannot bulk upload contacts yet into Rise, but Sharon, if you are going to bulk upload and you need them up, I would go into Moxi Engage and I would just upload them directly to Moxi Engage, put them into the groups that you need there, and that will automatically feed over to Moxi Rise. And if you want to learn how to do that, all you need to do is go to Beggins University, go down to training, go to MoxiWorks training, and you'll see a training class that walks you through how to do that. The other thing you could do with your contacts is I can go through and I can choose multiple people. And then you're now going to see an option. Excuse me, I got to move some of these things around just a little bit. Once I select the ones that I, let's say, don't want, there is now a bulk delete option that I am able to do. Okay, so I can go in and go through this list and say, these are the people that I don't want in here. and now I can delete them all at one time. So very easy way to get in and clean Moxie Engage. Craig and I walked you through how to do that in Engage. You now have access to do that in Rise if you want to start getting comfortable with that. Okay, so that's all I'm really going into on this standpoint right now. For any other Rise training, if you want to learn how to do campaigns, if you want to learn how to create an email, if you want to learn how to update some of that stuff, I do not have trainings on delete. Well, deletion I do, but I don't have any trainings on adding your house anniversary or birthday yet, but I'll be working on those to get those out to you. Any questions on that? And I know we're a little bit over, but Mike, did you want to show something kind of cool?
No, I think I want to show it
Okay.
when it's live. We'll show it when it's live.
Okay. We have something awesome that we're working on right now that I think is there's
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean
excited about it.
there's some companies out there that do it, but you got to pay for it. Yeah, and it's not all integrated into one system to go to one place to find everything that's included in what we have here, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited, but we'll show that probably next week.
Yep. All right. Well, if we don't have any questions, thank you for joining us on this fantastic Thursday. If you, as always, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out, shoot us an email, throw a support ticket in, all that good stuff. And we will be able to help you out and get you where you need to be. Okay. So thanks for everything. See you on the flip side, Mike. Happy
Thanks,
Thursday,
everyone.
everybody.
See ya.
See ya.